first, I want to say thank you for all that you do. This is extraordinary. But I want to talk about your vaccine specifically, because we're hearing lots and lots of people focused on the fact that overall this vaccine is effective 72% of the time, which is less than the others. But what seems to get lost is the fact that it also prevents hospitalizations and deaths 100% of the time. Are people focused on the wrong thing? Because that second part is really important.
Well, what is definitely important is the second one. It's the severe disease, hospitalization, and death. And that was the focus of our study, where we went across the world in the US, Brazil, South America, and South Africa. And we learned in very different circumstances, under very high infection rates, as well as with different variants, that our vaccine protects against complete protection against death, complete protection against hospitalization, and 85% on severe disease, and that after 28 days. So with a single shot. And I think that is the most critical one. This will bring normalcy back to life, because we can prevent hospitalization and severe disease.
What's the plan to deal with these new variants? Will you be creating a booster that people could take?
Well, we have observed in our study in South Africa, which was done in 6,000 people, that we had very high efficacy. So it was the same as with the normal variants, and there was no difference. And that has to do with the strong immunogenicity the vaccine creates, and the huge protection it gives, and broad spectrum protection. So we'll learn further on that soon. We are working on making sure that we have a backup in case that would not be enough. And that vaccine is already in the laboratories being developed.
I know you plan to test the vaccine on children and pregnant women. What can you tell us about these trials?
Yeah, we first wanted to make sure the vaccine was efficacious in normal adults before we were going broader into kids and pregnant women. We know that from our Ebola work that the vaccine is very well tolerated and works very well and is safe. Now we start these studies immediately in the course of this week, working with the NIH on maximum speed, trying to get to these data in the next few months, so that we can also include kids and adolescents in the indication, as well as pregnant women throughout the year.
You're also planning to ship 4 million doses this week. That's very positive news, but not next week. Why not?
Well, you have the production scheme, the approvals of the different plants, and that led to this cadence now in the very initial phase. But before the end of the month, 20 million vaccines will be out there. Before the end of June, 100 million vaccines will be out there. 100 million shots means 100 million citizens can be vaccinated. So we'll do our utmost best to make sure they come as quickly as possible. But it is the initial startup which has to be coordinated across the world.
20 million is a fantastic number. The end of the month, I will say, for so many of us that don't yet have those shots in our arms, it feels like a lifetime. Any chance production gets sped up?
Well, what we produce now is, we can't speed it up. It's a 70-day process to get the vaccine out of the manufacturing plants. So what is now being delivered has started already more than 2 months ago. So we know exactly when we can deliver what, and that will be distributed as it becomes available.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.